apparently the new MLK statue looked crazy. And people kept saying I had to take a look, so let's take a look. We're going to be watching this through the Black conservative perspective, man. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also check out their video as well. Let's get straight into it. Let's see how wild this is about to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
That looked crazy. Let me see. Oh, I wanted to keep pausing. What is that a picture of? That supposed to be MLK?
That looks like a wiener.
That's exactly what that looked like. New monument to Martin Luther King. That looked crazy. What is that supposed to be? Other than what I think it is.
I'm going straight to hell.
That
hell
looked
has
wild.
a warm spot for me.
That looked wild.
What? Hank Willis Thomas on his new monument to Martin Luther King Jr. and Curtis Scott King. Now, y'all know damn well that this does not look like this. This does not.
Yeah, nah. That's what's that supposed to be. That's not that. They wrong.
Not look like this.
They mad wrong.
That statue does not look like this. What? Nah.
Yeah, they wildin'. They wildin'. Yeah, this is crazy.
This statue is called The Embrace. It's supposed to be dedicated to Martin Luther King.
Yo, that look like homie holding a schlong. Like he just like he just delivered the beef. Delivered the beef. You had to just slap it on the table. Delivered the beef. That looks suspect. This looks suspect. Yeah, that looked crazy.
Curtis Scott King. Fuck all that. You know what this looks like? You know exactly
Why
what
would they do that? Yo, nah, they trying to get it off. They trying to get nastiness off and use Martin Luther King to get it off.
looks like. Look at it.
Wow.
You were thinking it. You were thinking it. You were thinking it too. That's what it looks like. Why would you take the heads off of the statue? I'm not. Whoever was over this project clearly needs to be fired.
Yeah, that's
boy, oh boy, oh.
Yeah. And how much it cost? 10 million for that? They paid 10 mil? 10 mil for that? Okay.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I got you.
I did not know that Martin Luther King had a nightmare, right? Along with the dream that he had, because this right here is really a nightmare. And what I'm talking about.
Wait, he said Martin Luther King had a nightmare? That's funny. That's mad funny.
Is this new woke statue that has been unveiled in Boston that is supposed to commemorate Curtis Scott King and Martin Luther King when they, I guess, embraced after he won the Nobel Peace Prize or something like that. And boy, I mean, it is an absolute disaster. Okay.
Wow.
As everybody's roasting this statue for essentially looking like a giant penis. Okay. That's what it looks like. It looks like some genitalia, right? It don't look good. I mean, it's an ugly statue.
Crazy,
I mean, it looks like a sexual.
That look crazy. Is that from behind? Oh, that's all right. My bad. That's the front. That look crazy. You can see the hands, but from the other side, that look wild, boy. And it's still, why the head's not on the statue? Why not just make a statue of him hugging the woman? You say you showing his arms, hug her shoulder?
Object. Again, depending on what angle you look at it from, like this
crazy,
right here,
bro. That looked disgusting. Oh wow, yeah, they was wilding out, boy. They was wilding out. They was going crazy on this.
Clearly, it looks like he's holding a BBC, right? Like he's holding a dildo. Okay? That's what it looks like. He's holding a giant phallus. looks like a statue that you would see at the AVN Awards, right? Not a statue.
Not. Yo, that's great. I'm not gonna not be able to see that. I mean, it looked like a statue at the AVN Awards. Yo, and then I picture it like a girl holding. That's crazy.
To commemorate Martin Luther King. This is not a Martin Luther King statue. This is a Martin Luther Dangling statue. Right? Right? This is commemorating Martin Luther Dangling Jr.
Try not to laugh, bro.
Boy, yeah, I am going to hell. Wow. Again, this is absolutely amazing. But you know what they say, guys? Everything woke turns to ish, because this is supposed to be
the AVN Award. Yo, I don't know why he said that. It made me picture it. It made me picture the scene that the award would be based on. That's crazy.
Be a modern interpretation of, that embrace that Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King had. Okay, this is modern art. And, it's just a shame that, art went from, things that are elegant. Okay, even if you had penises. I mean, it's not the first time we see penises in art. Penises show up quite a bit in art. But at least it was elegant, right? I mean, it wasn't in your face, right?
I didn't want to see it regardless. But yeah, it did show up in art a lot.
It wasn't this. It wasn't ugly, okay? I mean, again, I don't know what this looks like outside of, again, either a penis from some angles or just a clob of turd.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is what you described, and that's exactly that.
Right? Like somebody took a dump in the middle of Boston. Again, I'm not trying to, be disrespectful or anything like that. I know it's an honor of Martin Luther King, but this is not, again, like, look at this angle right here, bro. Look at this angle. This angle right here. You can't tell me.
Yeah, nah, that look crazy, bro. I'm kind of don't want to keep showing this on the screen, though, bro. I'm going to keep it real. I kind of don't want to keep showing this, man. Yeah.
It don't look like it's all shiny. Bruh, this is not having a dirty mind. This is just what it looks like, bruh. That's what it looks like. Bro, who came up with this, bro? Real talk. They had looked at this from multiple angles and said, I don't think this is right. I don't think this is good. They had some way to model this for people to see, okay, like I'm not sure if this is the intended outcome. Okay, but again, everybody hates this. But before I get into some of the backlash here, and we're going to read about it, let's actually play a news clip so you guys get a better understanding of kind of the background behind this statue. Take a look.
Celebrating Boston's newest monument, the city unveiled the Embrace, a sculpture on Boston Common and a tribute to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King. The couple
I'm looking at some people's faces like, I see it in a few people.
And here in Boston, WBZ's Paul Burton is on Boston Common with today's memorable ceremony.
Those hands, it's just a remarkable statement of mutual love and solidarity.
It was a historic and monumental day in Boston as a long-awaited Embrace statue of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King was unveiled, and the family of Dr. King stood in amazement.
It is a great pleasure to be a part of this unveiling ceremony.
They happy with this. Okay. They didn't see nothing wrong.
Okay. For the memorial, which truly signifies the bond of love shared by my parents.
We are all challenged to carry forward their unfinished work. This is the spirit we must keep.
True to our God. The ceremony was filled with song, prayer, and powerful speeches. The idea of the memorial came about in 2017. It stands 22 feet tall.
That looked even worse from on top.
The idea of the
that looked crazy.
Memorial came about in 2017.
That looked nasty.
It stands 22 feet tall, cast in bronze. This is the first new monument on the Common in more than 30 years. The Embrace memorializes the hug Dr. King and his wife Coretta shared after he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. Executive Director Amari Paris Jeffries was overcome with emotion.
I'm just so grateful to give something back to this city that gave me so much.
Dr. King met Coretta Scott in Boston in the 1950s. He preached in Boston and in 1965 led a civil rights march from Roxbury to the Common, where the Embrace statue stands. King's granddaughter, Yolanda, spoke from her heart and clearly has the gift of her grandfather.
Spoke from her heart as we straighten up the script that we got her reading. Listen, she's about to speak from her heart, though. From this script. Read this script, baby girl. From her heart. Nigga, she reading what they telling her to read.
And grandmother.
Mom, I just really see that there needs to be a lot of change in this world. And I think it is all our responsibility to really do something. And so I feel called to do this work.
And the nonprofit Embrace Boston raised $8 million to create the sculpture. And additional.
I feel she lying. She lying her ass off, bro. That's facts. Man, get up out of here with that. She's saying whatever they want her to say.
$0.5 million to preserve it. Organizers say people will come from all over the world to view this sculpture and take it all in. It is a symbol of unity and of love. And as Yolanda put it best, it is Love 360 unfolded here in Boston. In Boston, I'm Paul Burke, WBZ News.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I agree with Martin Luther King's granddaughter. But not in the way that she probably thinks. There's a whole lot of change in this world that needs to happen, and changing this statue is one of the first things. They need to take this down, bro. You got to take it down, bro. Fire that guy. He got his little stimulus check, $10 million to create a penis statue in the middle of Boston.
$10 million.
Absolutely incredible. Again, this is wokeness going astray. This is another example of everything woke turns to you know what. So let's read this. Even some kin of Coretta Scott King hate the new $10 million sculpture just dedicated to her and her iconic civil rights husband in Boston with a cut.
It's crazy. And these people are wild. So they're going to just act like it don't look like that?
Isn't claiming, quote, looks like a penis. The massive bronze piece titled The Embrace features two sets of arms holding each other, an artistic interpretation of the classic photo of Coretta and hubby Martin Luther King Jr. hugging after he won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. Quote, the mainstream media was reporting on it like it was all beautiful.
Right. He was treating that joint like it was the new hotness. It's just not. This artist got to be trolling us and running off with that. But yeah, he ran off with the bag. He ran off with the bag.
As they were told, they had to say that Seneca Scott, Coretta's cousin, told.
Hit the like button if you haven't.
The post by phone Sunday referring to the new artwork in the Boston Commons. Yeah, all the reporters and every news clip that I saw, they were all like, it's so beautiful. It's so great. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, shut the hell up. You know damn well, this ain't beautiful. This is ugly.
At all.
This is ugly. But then when it came out, a little boy pointed, that's a penis. And everyone was like, yo, that's a big old dog.
Yeah, it took the little boy. It's like the emperor's new clothes, right? I think that's what the story is called. The only person could tell him, like, the little boy, like, man, this dude ain't even wearing no clothes, bro. What are y'all talking about? The rest of y'all just kissing his ass. He's not wearing clothes.
Oh, man. Said a 43-year-old California, Oakland resident. Quote, if you had shown that statue to anyone in the hood, they'd be like, no, absolutely not.
Right.
Facts. Absolute facts.
Make the whole
quote,
statue,
he added scornfully to the Compact Mag, quote, $10 million were wasted to create a masturbatory metal.
Should have just made the whole damn statue. I don't know what was the purpose of this. Make the whole statue. Like, why even go through all of that?
Two of my legendary family members. One of the all-time greatest American families. Wow. Seneca told the Post that woke culture allowed the expensive abstract experiment to come to fruition. Whoa. Even the family's like, yo, wokeness. Again, everything woke turns to ish, bro. Wow, you can't make this up. This is hilarious. Members of the King family last week unveiled the artwork near where MLK and Coretta first met in college. Martin Luther King Jr. III approved the piece, which was designed by conceptual artist Hank Willis Thomas for the organization Embrace Boston. Yeah, that dude should be fired. He should never work on any art for any public display ever.
Yeah, he about to not be able to get a job after this. More than likely, he's done. your boy done in these streets. He's probably not going to be able to find work after this. This is probably over.
Again, the artwork funding was a result of a public/private fundraising partnership the city of Boston said on its online site. It's unclear how much public money may have gone into the sculpture. Quote, when we recognize that all storytelling is an abstraction, all representation is an abstraction, hopefully it allows us to be open to more dynamic and complex forms of representation that don't stick us to a narrative that oversimplifies a person or their legacy. And I think this really, this work really tries to get to the heart of that, the artist says on his website. So I'm gonna tell you what's wrong here. I'm gonna tell you my other problem with this. And this might be controversial, but I don't care. I low-key think that there's too much. I'll put it this way. We have enough. I'm not going to say it's too much. We have enough MLK memorabilia, right? We have enough statues. It is a lot, bro. There's a lot of MLKs, movies, like what cartoons. There's a lot. There might be a lot. Like, so I don't know if it's necessary to make even more. Street in the hood, right? In every major city in the country. Is named after Martin Luther King. We have museums everywhere across the country. You know, if we're going to do this, let's start honoring some other people. Okay. I'm a Booker T. Washington type of guy. Okay. I love Booker T. Washington. Okay. If you're going to start putting up stuff, you should put up stuff that honor people like him. Right. Because at this point, they ran out of ideas. Right. I don't really care what statue people put up. Just don't be putting up. Gotta do the Brian Pumper dance. Don't be putting up the Brian Pumper dance. They've ran out of ways to honor Martin Luther King because he's been honored so much. I don't think he needs to be honored more, right, than he already is. Like, yeah, it sounds messed up to say, but I'm being real. I mean, like, this is what happens when you have celebrated somebody so much that you ran out of things to actually do to celebrate the person, right? And you come up with stuff like this that, again, that's what that sound like. That's what that sound like, bro. Like, this is what you just came up with. It's like, hey, let's, they won't even notice. I don't think they're going, until the kid said something and the other guy put his check in his, time for me to leave these premises. Just looks like a piece of shit. So they're on to us, boys. Let's get out of here. Like Dirty Mike and the boys from the other guys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think there's other people that can be honored. Okay, outside of Martin Luther King, that, you know, may have played a role in, I don't know, civil rights or, you know, advancing the racial, you know, equality cause or whatever. Yep. I like to see a Fred Hammond joint go up. Just don't put up any wokes, right? No woke people, because they don't like equality. They don't believe in colorblind society. They actually are against integration, right? They don't like Martin Luther King's vision for the country. Okay. It's just pretty, you know, funny how we've got to that point in this country. So let's read more here. But Seneca told the Post the woke algorithm is just broke. I don't know what else to tell you. Quote, if wait, what? Is the algorithm? You went through all of that and that's what you came up with, something's wrong. Again, there's so much that have been done here that, again, there's no more, like, they ran out of ideas, right? That's just what it is. Online critics were harsh too, including some who agreed that the work was pornographic. Quote, this is awful, the British rapper and podcaster Subi added in a tweet. Dude seemed crazy, bro. I ain't gonna front. That Jane seemed wild. Seneca's grandfather was one of 25 children of Jeff Scott, the son of a slave who became one of Alabama's wealthiest black landowners. Seneca said his grandfather, brother Obadiah, father Coretta, who Seneca said he once met at a family reunion. You got some names, boy. You got some different names. Before her 2006 death. Seneca told the Post that while he couldn't speak for other members of the family, he felt the 25-foot wide, 65,000-pound sculpture was a waste of money that should be melted down. Facts. A solid bronze statue, like, what are we doing here? He asked. Exactly. For what? For what? To make you feel good? Like, that's so dumb. A waste of money. Millions they spent on this. 10 million. It's dubly insulting that black community, who still on average to many of us are below the poverty line. Scott said, quote, you're spending 10 million on a bronze statue without heads on it. Man, it's a joke. Seneca said the best way to observe. They could have spent that on the homeless.
right? Did some progress, something.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday was to action. No performative, no photo ops. Put your phone down and go do an act of service that no one knows about. He said facts.
That's facts. That's facts. No cameras.
Facts. I agree with that 100%. And again, the reactions here.
Oh, fam, that picture. I think we got the point. I'm about to 86 this. We got the point. Go check out Black Conservative Perspective. I don't want to see the picture no more. That looked wild, man. The fact that they was able to get that off, I'm surprised it didn't have veins in it. I said it. Tell me what you think in the comment section, man.